The camera rolling. Yes, camera rolling. Sorry. Okay. Host camera rolling. Mic picking up in 3, 2.
Hello and welcome to African Stars podcast. I'm your host, Carlos C.K. Kambaiko. I'm joined here by Mr. Ronnie Canarello, better known as the Magnet, a man who needs no introduction in the annals of Namibian football. He's the incumbent coach of African Stars, the recently crowned Namibian champions. Ronnie, welcome to the program, and once again, congratulations for steering the team to victory.
Thank you for having me here.
Yes. Ronnie, you came into African Stars at the last season. Was there any mandate when you were appointed as the new coach of African Stars? Was there any mandate that you had to achieve?
Yeah. I mean, when I came in, the team was the second or third. Point matches were 1 or 2 or something like that. I think Torameji, Nampol, African Stars. But the mandate was really clear. Coach, we making changes and we're looking at you and the mandate, we want to win the league, we want to play good football. And then I said, you have the quality, winning the league shouldn't be a problem.
So you were comfortable with the challenge?
I was very much comfortable. If I wasn't, then I don't think I would have taken up the job.
So what were the challenges you faced at the beginning? I mean, look, you played professional football in South Africa for Sundowns, one of the best clubs in Africa. You were coached by some of the top coaches in the world, and you came from a different setup, and then with UNAM, then to African Stars. So what were the challenges that you faced as a new coach coming into a new environment?
Look, when you come at such a short period toward the end of the league, the challenges are normally the playing personnel, because we inherit players from the previous coaches. The game model, do you change, do you not change? So basically it was just from the playing side of it, not from the club itself, but the challenges was basically the direction that I need to take with the players at my disposal.
Were the players able to buy into your football philosophy? I mean, coming in, obviously, you have a different philosophy from the previous coach, the way you want them to play.
Most of the players I've worked with, worked with Aliro, Africa, national team. I worked with Itapi, national team. I worked with Charles, Stiga, Desiro. Worked with Edmund, UNAM. So most of the players I was familiar with, and they also know what type of coach I am. What type of football I like to play, etc. So, it was not entirely a new environment in terms of the playing personnel.
Okay, the league title was up for grabs until probably the second last match. I think you wrap it up with 1 match to go. It was actually impossible for the other team to score 15 goals and for you to lose against a relegation threatened team. But still, I think it was a tough task, considering that all eyes were on you as a person and your personality. You comes with a big name, and you were up against a lot of challenges, and obviously also this thing of teams having to go and play 2 matches within a space of 24 hours. How did these things affect your preparations, your planning for the match?
Yeah, look, yeah, that's one thing that actually that needs to be discussed. You know, the 2 games over a weekend. You know, the day. I mean, in consecutive days, it's not healthy for players. That's one. Number 2, it also disturbs. It interferes with the social lifestyle of the players, because they're human beings. You know, can't be just weekend after the other. It's just football, and during the week is training. You know, when do the players actually have a life for themselves and their families? You know, and those could also be some of the contributing factors towards why players decide to go off the rail, you know, and end up doing things, you know, that they are not supposed to, you know, in terms of indiscipline, etc. So those are some of the things that we need to look into as well, you know. And but looking at the race itself, you know, yes, there were difficult games. The toughest was obviously the Chula and Mighty Gunners game. And but I went into this game, you know, with a very positive mind. I knew that if we play in a certain way, we'll come out with a result against Chula. The Mighty Gunners game, we basically were looking at getting a point out of it, you know, because they had a day of rest, and we had to play
and
travel. You know, our game also started late. Instead of 2 o'clock, our game started at 6 o'clock, and past 6 actually, because it started raining. So we finished a little bit late, and we had to do our recovery in terms of the ice bath and eat and immediately travel. You know, we arrived in Chuarongo, you know, past midnight, you know, and you know, when we arrived past midnight, you know, you have players that will struggle with sleep, and you'll have players that will end up sleeping, you know, around 3 or 4, and you know, and when it comes to waking up, you know, it's anything can happen. You know, you can't tell a player to sleep for 6, 7 hours, and yes, others will, some will not, but can also affect your plans in terms of the dynamics of the game as well. You know, but we didn't lose the game. We didn't lose the game because we were tired, etc. But I always, because I always look into what happened, how did this go, and it was just wrong decision making. We played the ball in the back, in the wrong area, instead of going in on the side into a 1-against-1, you know, and stretch them a little bit, and played the short part, they intercepted, because they play on a counter, you know, long ball counter attack, because they have fast players, and then that was it. But we had a very good moment towards the end with Aulo and Chucha, you know, where the goalkeeper made good double save, you know, in the space of a split second. But I think we should have actually played that ball, you know. But after that, it was just all systems go. It was also easier for the players to understand what I want. Yes, we had a few difficulties in terms of, especially our midfield, which is not well balanced, and we have to find ways to bring in players from the initial positions and see, based on the quality they have, how they can fit into the midfield roles, so that we can play through the phases and try and see whether with their individual qualities they can give us that dynamic in the midfield. Yeah.
Now, a lot of people talk about big squads. Now you have a big squad. Why do we complain about playing Saturdays and Sunday? You're going to rotate players. Now, me personally, I'm not a great believer of rotation. Even if I watch international football, you have 11 players, your best 11 players, unless you're playing probably in a tough game where you can make a little bit of changes here. Do you believe in rotating players?
No, I don't believe in.
How does it affect anyway?
Look, if you have the quality, and the margins, the quality between two players are very small. The characteristics are more or less the same. Yes, you can. I mean, if you take a Charles out, you must have another guy who's very close to what Charles is giving you, Itapi, etc. In the goalkeeping department, yes, we're quite sorted with Gisiro and Lukaku, so the margins are very, very small. There's certain elements, that I can see, most people cannot see, but I don't talk about it, but I can see talking about the two goalkeepers, they both good goalkeepers, different qualities, and as I said, yes, small elements, but we can survive with those elements. It's not major issues. In the other positions, yes, you have your youngsters that are very dynamic, quick. They give you a different element and dimension compared to your Juja and your Awilo, your wet tools, but the qualities are still not the same. At certain moments you can see that your big players are not really giving you what you want, but you don't want to temper with a squad or with a team at that particular moment, and then you wait until you get something that you want, and then you can say, okay, now I can bring in the younger ones and to complement to where the other guys left off.
Now, Everton Stars played 3 times against Chula. First game, anything in draw. And then they lost in the Hurricane Cup, which was actually a very disappointing result, which culminated in the coach also being shown the door, exit door. And then you went up to the north, obviously. I don't think they were actually contenders, title contenders, but there were a lot of hype around them and the crowd and everything. And you beat them at their home turf. Was that, somebody said that was the defining point where you could see, guys, if we can fashion a result here, we can actually win the title. What was your message to the players?
Yeah, I watched their first match, Chula Stars, get actually to see it on YouTube. It was a game of interest for me, in terms of what is in this Chula team, what is going on, etc. And I also use some of the footage, in my, because I was doing my cafe lessons as well, so I used some of the moments in my assignment, but where I had to cut certain clips and created a training session out of it. And I wanted Chula games, the African Stars, and it's a game that Stars was supposed to win. That's one. Number 2, I looked at how Stars supposed to win in terms of the chances they created and didn't take. And I look at how Chula scored. You know, it was just a miscommunication between the two central defenders and the goalkeeper, and they capitalized on that. You know, the Hake Kingo one. Stars was under strength, obviously, because some of their players were out with the national team. So Chula capitalized on that, and but when we went to the north, you know, I said, okay, this weekend we play Chula, we play Mighty Canas. It's going to be a lot of long balls, it's going to be a lot of running. It's a game of war, so you need soldiers. So what I did, I just played with a 6-6, Stiga and Pesha. Pesha was a bit of aggression, Stiga controlling the situation, you know, and I told Pesha, okay, you go for Shidol. Wherever he goes, Pesha, you go with him. He goes deep, you go with him. He comes, it attacks, you go with him. So we neutralize them in that aspect, you know, and Stiga played with, he went on to what is it? Levy, but I know Levy is not physically a very strong player, you know.
That's skillful,
yeah. So he's skillful, but you know, I said it will not work in this game. So you just neutralize it. Let Pesha do all the dirty work next to you, you know. And yes, it was 1-0, but I think we could have avoided very good chances to increase the game. Yes, Chula towards the end, you know, they started throwing everything, they started overloading certain areas, and it's normal when you are losing, you know, you increase your intensity, and they try to take control of the game towards the end, but as I said, it was a game of where we need to fight for 90 minutes plus, and that's what we did. You know, we took our chance from a set piece, and you know.
To be brutally honest, I know all coaches we have your calendar. You take now this date away game against Chula. Then you look at the record. So 1 point, 3 points. Did you go there full out? The first and 3 points.
We went to.
Are you confident?
We went to Chula with 3 points in our mind. You know, there's a friend of ours, you know, who came to the hotel and he was like, "Coach, you have to win this game." I said, "No, we're going to be Chula. You know, we're going to be Chula. You know, so after the game, he came and said, "Thank you very much." The whole idea was 3 points.
You targeted 3 points.
Yes. And it started raining, which was also good because now we could play our normal. We could try to play through the faces because the surface is wet, so the ball, instead of bouncing around, we just skid, you know. And that was also the plus point.
Now, the feedback from the players in terms of playing in the area, were the players comfortable in buying into your football philosophy, their level of professionalism, what you want to do? I'm sure that you come from a very high level, and the players have to buy into your philosophy. So how was it?
No, you simplify it. You know, with the day after training, where I brought my monitor, brought my laptop, and you know, connected it, and then I showed the game model how I want things to be done, diagrams, etc. You know, and explain the moments of the games. You know, the 5 moments of the game, the attack, defense, and the 2 transitions, and the main principles and the sub-principles in all aspects of those moments, you know, and what I expect, you know. And when you give that to the player, then it's easier, because when you talk to the player, you only address what you have shown them and what you are doing in training. I'm not the guy that comes to a team talk and then I start asking for things that I didn't do during the week. I only ask for what we have been doing if you lose the ball and you don't try to win it back, which is a counter press, not to allow the opponent to play a forward pass. So when you don't do it, that's just to go back to the game model, and to go back to the exercises that we are doing during the week and training, and that's all, That's all you can do as a coach. You cannot ask for what you haven't teach, because I know in the past, you have coaches that ask from players what they didn't coach during the week, because you train the way you play, and you play the way you train. That's my understanding. I can't go into a game and say today we are playing 3-5-2, but during the week we training from the 4-3-3 formation. Every dynamic was from the 4-3-3 formation. Every little thing that we were doing the training, it's all numbers is from the 4-3-3 formation or any other formation. So, when we go into the game, we go into with what we have been doing during the week. That's so from that mindset or way of doing things, it's easier for players to take in information. So and the first game was always going to be easy. Difficult because everybody and the coaches